President Bola Tinubu has been given a massive endorsement for re-election in 2027 as stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress in the Southeast zone unanimously expressed their support for the president. Rising from a meeting in Enugu, the stakeholders agreed that the APC government has benefited Ndigbo and has, as such, deserves their support for a second term in office. Arise News correspondent Ojo Chukwu has details.
It was a gathering of political bigwigs from the Southeast, which had in attendance governors of Imo, Enugu, Ebonyi, two former presidents of the Senate, Ken Nnamani and Pius Anyim, Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives Benjamin Kalu, 7 and former members of the National Assembly, among others. National Vice Chairman Southeast of the APC, Dr. Ijoma Ariodogu, says the meeting aims at charting a way forward for the APC towards the 2027 general elections.
We are not in support of any selfish idea, any selfish by anybody, not favor our people as Ndigbo. To that extent, we have come together here today to also pass a vote of a president for his second tenure and to distract ourselves from any form of rascality by any of our brothers who seek to undermine our zone.
Governors Pete Amba, Hope Uzodinma, Francis Nwifuru took turns to eulogize the President Bola Tinubu for his pragmatic leadership, stressing that he deserves to be given another mandate in 2027 to carry on with his renewed hope agenda for Nigeria.
This endorsement is a clear decision to stand together and push this momentum further.
Yes, sir.
It is about understanding that the ambitions we hold for our people, for our economy, for our future are best served when vision at the center aligns with delivery at the vice versa.
So one of the things and takeaways from this meeting today must all of us to rise and agree that we must support it in second term. When we have been able to achieve this, it will be a business of reciprocity. When right hand watches the left hand, left hands will be free.
By the special grace of God Almighty, by the year 2027, all the governors from the southeastern Nigeria will be of faith.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Again and again, party is all about gives and take. You must not take it all. This is not a winner takes it all. It's a very large family. And in every large family, one must make a sacrifice.
At the end of deliberations, former Senate President Pius Anyim moved a motion for the endorsement of President Tinubu for a second term, and supported by another former Senate President, Ken Nnamani.
It is in the interest of Southeast geopolitical zone that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR be adopted, supported, and voted into office for the second term come 2027. No be so.
I support or I second this motion on the basis that I was the only person who represented Southeast in the present administration. Any reasonable party member will support his presidential candidate for a second term.
The meeting drew APC members from across the entire Southeast zone, with different support groups showing solidarity with the Broom Party.
On Saturday, a former Sokoto State Governor and Senator representing Sokoto South, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, knocked the APC-led government for the hard life the government has subjected the citizens to, calling for collaborations by all stakeholders to rescue the nation. Tambuwal made the remarks at his 60th birthday celebration in Abuja, which had in attendance former President of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, former president of the Senate, David Mark, among other political bigwigs. Arise political correspondent, Mary Chinda, reports.
Prominent Nigerian leaders from across party lines have paid glowing tributes to the former Sokoto State Governor and serving Senator Aminu Waziri Tambuwal as he marks his 60th birthday. The celebrant used the occasion to criticize what he describes as the poor governance and maladministration of the Tinubu-led APC government.
Whether we like it or not, where we are today is unfortunate. This is not where we expected to be. Those who laid the foundation for this democracy, some alive, many of them are not living. Even in their graves, are not happy with the current situation of Nigeria. Those living who believe in Nigeria, who are genuine about Nigeria, who are not selfish, cannot be happy with the current situation in Nigeria. The only way out of it is for all of us to agree that there is something fundamentally wrong with what we are doing and having as government in Nigeria today. Therefore, we must resolve to work together and bail out the country. Our country is in peril, and we are looking for salvation. And it's a collective process. It is not about partisanship. It is not about political parties alone. Yes, I agree with Dr. Bugaji that the political parties must put forward programs and come out with clear ideas of how to run the country. I do agree, but we must all be involved. Why? Because we are involved as citizens of this country, and we have nowhere to go to, and we have nowhere to run to. But we have to remain in Nigeria and make sure that we do the right thing for us to have the right leadership. Otherwise, what has been described by Pat Otomi will continue to be. People finding their way into the public offices and public spaces, and then making sure that they continue either to remain or to bring in those that are even worse than them.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan, alongside former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, described Tambuwal as a humble, dependable, and principled leader committed to Nigeria's democratic ideals.
I believe that greatness in any human being that does not include humility is greatness that is hollow. Your greatness is not hollow, because your greatness is greatness based on humility.
We are celebrating the life of a remarkable Nigerian leader, a patriot, and a leader in the making, who I believe are the kind of leaders that we are looking forward to producing in this country.
Having known Tambuwal, having seen this unity and what it can do for development, is a man I can tell you that is committed to the unity of this country, to building consensus, and I urge all of us to always continue to remember him in our prayers.
Former Senate President and National Chairman of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, David Mark, who led a delegation to the event, says Tambuwal's political journey reflects discipline, loyalty, and service to the nation. Other dignitaries who delivered goodwill messages included Senator Adams Oshomole, former Adamawa South Senator Aisha Binani, former Katsina State Governor Aminu Bello Masari, and Benue South ADC senatorial aspirant David Olufo. Our former Speaker Patricia Ete, former Deputy Speaker Babangida Nguroje, Professor Patu Tomi, former Gombe State Governor Al Hassan Dankwambo, Senator Eyinaya Abaribe, former Deputy Speaker Austin Okpara, and several others. Mary Chinda, Arise News.
All right, our two interesting developments yesterday, Saturday,
yes.
In the political sphere. First, of course, in the Southeast, the political machinery within the APC came out to endorse President Bola Tinubu for a second term, very much similar to what happened I think a few months ago in Lagos, when the political machinery within the APC in the Southwest also converged on a hotel, governors, former governors, ministers, this and that, to say that they believe in what the president is doing and therefore he deserves a second term. This is what happened in the Southeast. An interesting development at a time that the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, their own, from the Southeast, Peter Obi, as they camped to the ADC, the so-called coalition.
Mega coalition.
Mega coalition. And on the same day that he was also attending the 60th birthday celebrations of Aminu Tambuwal, the former governor of Sokoto State. Interesting development to see that in the Southeast, they are basically throwing bangers to say that we will not allow anybody to derail the vision to have President Tinubu come back the second term, which of course would be a veiled shot at Peter Obi, who has said that he will not run as vice president to anybody, but as a candidate in 2027. Interesting days ahead. This is
Very
January, second week or something of January.
It's just a couple days in, and it's an interesting arrangement of strange bedfellows. Can I say that?
They're strange bedfellows. The same gang has always been, moving about.
They do. They cross carpet. They switch sides, and then they reconvene eventually. But it's very clear that there's a full endorsement for President Tinubu for a second term. Just like you said, they have been convening in several parts of the state and the country in order to voice their full-on support. It seems like it won't be much of an election. It will be a selection. I don't know.
You think so?
As things tend to work out in Nigerian politics, but he has a lot of goodwill from quite a few people on both sides. We will see how this mega coalition fares, and of course, happy birthday to Aminu Tambuwal. 60 is a great age. I hope he has a lot to celebrate for this year. And we hope all the best for our polity as well, as they all gather. And we hope that they make some good decisions going forward.
Absolutely. I mean, it was interesting, hearing him say, things about Nigeria that ordinarily, while his party was in power, it's not what
would not have said so vocally, yes.
And then he's saying that our country is in peril and we're in need of salvation. And then you begin to ask, since when? Since 2023 or since 2015 or since forever? Given the fact that what many in APC have always said was that, the 16 years of PDP, the 16 years of PDP.
Right.
Now it's about the bad 8 years of Buhari and then the almost 3 years of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It was also interesting to see some of, Asiwaju Tinubu's men in that gathering. Either those who are not so well entrenched in the game at the moment, or those who have clearly left him. Talking about the former governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, and of course the former governor of Osun State, who was a major ally of the president, Rauf Aregbesola. He was also there. So people are just basically moving about. Also at the Southeast, the governor of Ebonyi, who we don't get to see much of him these days, Nwifuru, was saying on the one hand that by 2027, all the Southeast states should be for APC, which is interesting, given that APC started with two, Imo and Ebonyi, but Enugu has joined. Anambra is ABGA, and of course we know that Anambra, maybe when it comes to the presidential, election, it looks like the governor, the sitting governor, will probably prefer the president.
But
we do not know of the citizens.
Everything is subject to change.
I mean, that's politics, isn't it? And then on the other hand, we've already said that, it shouldn't be a game of winner takes all. And then you are wondering what's precisely.
What is politics then?
It's politics, right? Winner takes all, isn't it? Interesting days ahead. This is the year that the primary elections for the parties will hold. INEC has not formally released the timetable, but of course we know that towards the end of the year, the game will get keener. And then we will know if, as the Southeast politicians are saying, that they prefer Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to a Peter Obi, who is also from the South, and who says, I would love to be president. I would want to give it a shot one more time. Interesting days. We'll see how that pans out. ADC.
Everyone pick APC. Your favorite candidate and pick your player. Let's see how things pan out.
That's how it works, isn't it? Interesting days. All right.